Podplay presents Dick Moves, a comedy in 4 parts. This is part 1. A man in his mid to late 20s sits in a makeup chair off of a big studio soundstage. Grips and production assistants flitter by as a hair person listlessly applies another shellacking of hairspray to the man's spiky mullet. The man dismisses the hair person and pulls on his high-top sneakers, adjusts his cut-off day-glow pink sweatshirt, and bends over the makeup table, vacuuming up a big line of cocaine. The man looks at himself in the mirror. He brushes the dusting of coke off his large, bushy mustache and rubs his gums. He gives himself a gun finger in the mirror and strides off towards the soundstage. This is Dick Redford. Dick power walks down the hallway. He's joined by a shirtless, leather pants-clad man, Rod Benzo, also in his 20s.
The song is shit, Dick. We shouldn't be doing it.
You're just jealous you're not singing lead vocals.
I'm the singer in this band.
You agreed to let me do one track and this is it. Sven thinks this song's gonna be a smash.
On cue, they are joined by a trotting show-horse of a man, Sven Svensson, the band's manager and strung-out drug addict. Sven matches the speedy stride of the duo. This song is gonna be a smash. The trio emerge onto the music video set. Some scantily clad dancers, a few musicians, and camera crew mill about the luridly painted set. A neon sign reading Dick Moves adorns the back wall. Rod looks depressed.
Not even Huey Lewis would call a song Dick Moves.
Huey Lewis is over. The 80s are over. This is the future. Mark my words, Rod. This will be the song Planet Cool are remembered for.
Dick assumes his rightful position behind the microphone. Rod reluctantly sits behind a line of backup singers, hitting a set of bongos angrily. The video is eyeball-crushing dreck, and the song is, well, the song. But the song caught on in that unexplainable, inexplicable way, and Dick Moves, indeed as Dick predicted, became Planet Cool's biggest hit. The song took the band and Dick to some amazing places. Larger venues couldn't contain the throngs that wanted to listen to the oversexed and mostly vacuous song as it climbed up the charts. Theaters led to stadiums, and stadiums led to massive amounts of income. Dick turned nothing down. Appearances in moving company advertisements, a Japanese game show where he was surrounded by people dressed in penis outfits. The world had opened up to Dick, and Dick intended to fill every cheap and tawdry nook and cranny. Dick let the good times roll, but just like a roll of toilet paper, it eventually runs out. Time forgets about such frivolities and repaves over itself, making room for newer and more useless endeavors. A good couple of decades have passed since the height of the Dick Moves movement, and time finds Dick without his trademark mustache. Dick sits by the pool at the Beverly Hills Hotel, lounging with a glass of champagne. He's watching a TV mounted on an outdoor cabana. He looks older, worn, and thoroughly depressed at what he's witnessing.
It was 30 years ago today that Dick Moves by Planet Cool made it to the top spot in the Billboard charts. You know, I'd forgotten just how bad this song is.
Barnaby! Barnaby!
Barnaby is Dick's assistant, attaché, and confidence man. As he pulls himself up from the pool, the water cascades off his bald, short stature. He's stocky and fit, an indication of the man he used to be. He might be a Kiwi, but more likely a non-threatening Canadian. No one can quite place his strange accent, but no one's bothered to ask either.
They just played 2 minutes of Dick Moves on this horrible little TV. Are they cutting me a check for this?
Dick, that's the news. They don't pay.
Another set of empty pockets, sticking their hands in mine, fondling my art.
Yeah.
Why is this world so awful to artists?
The stuffy-looking hotel manager comes over and calmly switches off the TV, ending everyone's torment.
Mr. Redford, I was wondering if we could talk about your account.
Ah, yes, lovely. I'll have another bottle of champagne, but only with one glass. Barnaby's on the clock.
Actually, sir, we need to settle the balance.
Marvelous, yes. Just stick it on this. Pop a little something extra for yourself, too.
Dick procures an Amex card and hands it to the manager.
Yeah, I'm not sure that card...
Dick silences Barnaby with a shove.
I do love the Beverly Hills Hotel, but it's not like it used to be in the 90s. There used to be an Italian hooker on the bed and ecstasy on the nightstand when I arrived. Now it's just desalinated water and kale chips. When do you think I'll be able to move back into my house?
Dick, the house has been repossessed. Twice.
Right. But when my next royalty check comes in, I'll just repossess the repossession, no? It'll be good to get back to my herb garden.
The check came in last week. Most of it went to pay the bank and the rest to pay your last few weeks here. The honeymoon suite's costing more than your mortgage.
Yes, but what I'm asking is, when will I get the next check so I can move back home and escape all these insufferable hotel staff?
There is no more home and no more money, Dick. It's all gone. The next check isn't due for 6 months.
Well, that's ridiculous. How could I be paying for all this if there's no money?
The manager reappears with Dick's bill and a large pair of scissors. She calmly cuts Dick's Amex in two and hands him back the pieces along with a thick sheaf of paper. His bill.
I'm sorry, sir. You've been declined. Permanently.
It's all starting to sink in for Dick.
Barnaby, let us retire to the honeymoon suite and procure another method of payment for the good man.
If you could leave the champagne, sir.
Dick grabs the champagne bottle and starts to back away from the manager.
Sir, please don't do this.
Once Dick gets to a safe distance, he turns and breaks into an ungainly sprint.
Right, run, Barnaby! Run!
Barnaby pulls himself from the pool and skitters after Dick. No one gives chase. They pass a towel stand. Dick manically points at a stack of robes.
Barnaby, grab some robes!
Later, in Barnaby's late-model white and rust-speckled cargo van, Dick and Barnaby drive through Beverly Hills, cloaked in their stolen terry cloth hotel robes. Dick chugs on his bottle of champagne despondently.
Christ. How can there be no money?
This could be the right time to reconsider giving Dick moves to that DJ. They were offering quite a bit of money for it.
The last thing I need is that song out there with some funky wiki backing track and me in the background looking like some sort of grateful dinosaur. Just happy to be unearthed by a penis with headphones.
He has millions of followers.
Oh, well, so did Hitler. It didn't make him right. Why did everyone have to start giving away music?
Yeah.
What happened to the good old days? I mean, if anything, songs should become more expensive as they age. Like treasures, like Picasso.
Yes! Dick moves is practically Guernica.
Dick gives Barnaby a nod, then a look, to see if he's fucking with him.
I just need someone to give me $100,000 or $200,000 to get through the next few weeks.
You can sleep in the tour bus with me. That doesn't cost anything.
Only my humanity? What about Quartermass? I can move in with him.
Quartermaster's not really an option. He's been in jail for drug trafficking since January.
What? Why wouldn't you tell me that my own son is in jail?
I did tell you.
No, you didn't. You're a monster keeping things from me. I need to get him out.
Dick ponders the last sip of his champagne.
Maybe a prison break. Now, Phil Spector could be our man on the inside. Nah, it'll never work. Phil went soft when they took away his wigs. Perhaps a lawyer. We'll hire the best lawyer.
What about Fifi?
Fifi is not a lawyer. Unless there's something else you've been keeping from me. Oh, God, that would be awful. To have a lawyer for a daughter.
She has a guest house. I've seen photos on Facebook.
What? You're on Facebook?
Yes.
Well, you're not my friend on Facebook.
I requested multiple times. You keep ignoring them.
Right. I do love her, I suppose. Well, at least my half of her. But she's so boring. I mean, where does she even live? Shit town? Stepfordy crap place?
Orange County.
See? Someone no one's ever heard of. Boring. Although I can almost imagine her face if I turn up on her doorstep unannounced.
Standing outside Fifi's house, unannounced, a berobed Dick drunkenly sways. Barnaby stands behind him with a life-size cardboard 1989 Dick Redford standee, The door opens, revealing a 25-year-old woman with a complete look of bewilderment. This is Fifi, Dick's daughter.
Dick?
Fifi! It's Dad! Hooray!
Dick kisses Fifi's forehead, pushing past her straight into Marty, an unassuming man in his late 20s, and also Fifi's husband. In the large, stark foyer are three troubled-looking teens sitting in folding chairs pushed up against the walls. Marty is confused at the sight of Dick.
Dad?
You!
Marty.
Yes.
Dick leans into Fifi, quietly.
He's so boring. Are you sure your wedding was official?
As official as they get. What are you doing here?
Well, a good lawyer can help that out too. I'm looking into one for quartermass. We'll put him on retainer.
Marty gives Dick a big hug. Dick is horrified.
This is so great, Dad. I haven't seen you in, 7 years?
It's Mr. Redford, and if that's absolutely impossible, call me Richard.
Dick looks at the waiting teens.
Oh, have you adopted?
No, these are my patients.
Oh, good, because they all look a bit rough around the edges. Plus, if you adopt them at this age, they can end up trying to kill you in your sleep.
Dick takes the last swig of his champagne bottle.
Wait, when you say patients, what do you mean? Are you performing teen makeovers, a style police kind of thing? Because I could help with that.
No, Dad, I'm a therapist.
A therapist?
Yes, I specialize in troubled young adults' transitions.
Dick turns and addresses the teens.
The teenage years. The best time of your lives. It just gets worse, and from the look of you lot, that could be bad news. But keep your chins up. When did you start dabbling in this?
I'm not dabbling, Dad. I'm licensed. I have a special connection to young adults who feel abandoned and disengaged from their parents.
Fifi stares holes into Dick. A beat as Dick processes this.
Well, that's all behind us now, for I am here.
And we're so excited you're here. Wait, why are you in a robe with another robed man? Oh, cool. Have you started a cult?
Well, Martin,
Marty.
No one's called Marty. That sounds like a dog's name or a Touch Steinbeck character.
Dick looks further into the house past Marty. A small baby plays on the floor.
That one looks a bit young to be, as you say, disengaged.
That's Annie.
And what's wrong with Annie?
Fifi rolls her eyes and picks up the child.
She's your granddaughter.
Fifi plops the baby into Dick's arms. Dick pokes at her uncertainly.
Oh, good Lord. When did this happen?
Unbelievable.
About 6 months ago, you sent a bouncy seat.
I did not.
Well, I did. For you.
A bouncing seat? That sounds horribly dangerous for a baby. I hope it has a safety harness.
The baby takes interest in Dick's many shiny, blingy skull bracelets and rings. The baby fingers them.
Oh, now. You've good taste.
Annie, this is Dick. You should call him Dick because he won't be here for long. Then he'll just be what he usually is. Dick gone.
Hush, Fifi. Look at her.
The baby squeals with delight, having taken Dick's whole ring into her gummy, slobbery mouth.
Okay, now let's not gum out the diamond. It's a Vivian Westwood, darling. You know, I once nearly lost this ring inside Gloria Stefan.
All right, into the kitchen.
Dick wipes the spit on the baby's onesie. Fifi turns to the kids waiting and pushes Dick into the kitchen.
You don't think they know who Gloria Stefan is? What a lost generation.
In the bright kitchen decorated with a southwestern flair, the group reassemble. Fifi looks at Barnaby, who still carries the standee of Dick. Fifi points at it.
You bring your fake Dick everywhere?
Dick admires the 1989 version of himself.
9/10 life-sized. And we should celebrate. Let's all do a selfie.
Dick hands Barnaby his phone and gathers a reluctant Fifi, Marty, and Annie for a picture with the two Dicks.
This is not a selfie. This is me taking a picture of you.
Like you would know, you creaky dino bore.
Dick hands the cardboard cutout of himself to Barnaby.
Now pop that handsome fellow in the guest house while I find the champagne.
Dick rummages through the fridge as Barnaby drags the standee out back.
Dick, are you sure you need another drink?
Pah! It'll take more than a couple of bottles of bubbly to sink this battleship. And for Christ's sakes, Fief, call me Dad.
Not gonna start now, and we don't have any champagne. I think there's some white wine in there. If you told me you were coming, I wouldn't have done anything because I wouldn't have believed it.
Dick pulls out a half-full bottle of Chardonnay and continues his hunting around the kitchen.
No bother, love. In '85, I was on tour with Fleetwood Mac, and we had just run out of cocaine. I know! How amazing is that? Because that was a tremendous amount of cocaine. Anyway, we ended up freezing and chopping up Mick Fleetwood's codeine syrup with Stevie's face powder, which itself, I might add, was 75% cocaine.
Dick discovers an aluminum appliance.
Is this one of those club soda makers?
Yeah, a soda stream.
We got it at Costco. It came with a great set of tumblers.
Easy now, Martin.
Dick tries to jam the white wine bottle underneath the soda maker, but it's too large.
Of course, it was like snorting fiberglass, but Stevie didn't flinch. Now, that woman has nasal membranes made of titanium. I mean, literally a metal plate.
Dick is interrupted by Gwen, late 40s, Dick's ex-wife, entering. She carries the Dick Redford standee. Its head has been half ripped off and lolls lamely. Barnaby stands sheepishly behind her.
All these years, and my first reaction is to tear his fucking head off. It's just pure instinct.
Gwen spots the real Dick.
Or maybe I should go for a foot in the balls.
Gwen! No need to panic, love. I'm making champagne. Glass?
Gwen watches Dick drunkenly struggle with the soda stream.
I'm sober now, Dick. 8 years.
Why on earth would you do something as tremendously boring like that? 8 years without a drink? That's an eternity.
That's how long we were married.
An eternity.
Wow, you guys can just step right back into it, can't you?
Now I suppose you've met the baby that I've been helping take care of while you do what you do.
Dick, having decanted some white wine into a tumbler, places it under the soda stream, fires it up, and gives Gwen a drunken grin, proud of his efforts.
I've been very busy.
Of course you have. And when exactly will you be disappearing without saying goodbye?
Actually, he's out of money and needs a place to...
What Barnaby is trying to say is that I'm back to reconnect with my daughter.
Oh, Dick. If only we were under the same spell as your hapless assistant.
Gwen turns to Barnaby.
Barnaby?
Gwen?
Fifi takes a step towards her father.
So, you're staying?
If you'll have me, young one.
There are going to be rules.
Gwen crumbles a bit. Dick throws up his fist in triumphant support.
Rules!
And expectations.
Expectations!
And I have a daughter now. I may have let you walk all over my life, but I'll be damned if you will do the same to her.
Not walking on the baby!
Can I be the first to say this is a terrible idea? Fifi, darling, he's just going to drag you into his ludicrous schemes and abandon you again. He's like Willy Wonka. Without the child entrapment, or wonderment, or the chocolate factory. He's actually not like Willy Wonka at all.
No, he's my dad, and I have to at least give him the chance.
Dad! Hurrah!
Okay, don't say I didn't warn you when this landslide of a human being knocks a hole through your life.
Mom?
No. It's all right. It's all right. Mistakes have been made by various people, but this isn't about a patchily remembered past. This is about a glorious future. The universe has chosen to reconnect me with those that I love.
You're delusional.
Dick raises his lame, sort of bubbly Chardonnay in a toast.
No, darling, I'm Dick Redford, and when life gives me lemons, I make champagne.
Podplay is brought to you in part by Strand Brewing Company. Refining the craft beer movement in Los Angeles since 2009, Strand Brewing grew from a couple of guys in one overloaded and beat-up minivan to a statewide distribution brew house that includes restaurants up and down the West Coast to Costco and Whole Foods, and a thriving 36,000-foot brew space/tap room. I caught up with Joel, owner and brewer, to discuss the common thread in any successful startup: creativity and the skill of putting one foot in front of the other.
I believe in doing the right thing, doing the best for the greatest number of people. I really wish that we lived in a world where more people could trust a look in the eye and a handshake. You know, we've created a place here where People who you might think otherwise would never talk to each other are sitting at a table together, enjoying each other's company over beer.
Because it all happens here. The ideas happen here, the brewing happens here, and then the pouring happens here.
My beer is my beer.
Yes.
I love that I live and die by that. You know, really, there's really very little room for error. I enjoy that.
And if there's a zombie apocalypse in the meantime, you have to kill some zombies.
Sure, yeah, I'm totally willing to kill zombies. That's part of brewing. Everyone knows that.
To hear more on this and other successful creative business owners talk about their own thoughts on the creative process that drives their businesses, check out the podplay.com/creative drivers or search it out anywhere you get your podcasts. Strand Brewing Company, bringing you the best beachside beer since 2009. Dick and Barnaby recline on lawn chairs in Fifi's front yard. Dick sips his champagne as they watch the sun go down over suburbia.
Well, here we are, Barnaby, the 7th cul-de-sac of hell. Surrounded by dentists and rectal surgeons, my ex-wife is lurking somewhere in the house and we're wearing purloined hotel robes. How could things be worse?
In answer, the sprinklers come on, dousing Barnaby and Dick. Barnaby jumps up to shield Dick and drag their chairs out of the way.
We carry on. It's what we do.
Why do you have to say we? Why with so much we-ness?
Dick sits back down in his lawn chair and sinks his head into his hands, eyes closed. A jogger trots by and double-checks the odd drunk-robed man in a lawn chair.
Dick? Dick Redford?
Well, I'm not a lawn jockey.
Dude, you changed my life. I have all the Planet Cool albums.
See that, Barnaby? It's a sign. A true believer. How did I change your life?
Well, you didn't. I think that's just something you say. But it's cool to see you. Hey, man, can I get a picture?
That would be my pleasure. How about a selfie? Barnaby?
He's not exactly clear on the concept of a selfie.
The jogger pulls out his phone, handing it to Barnaby. Barnaby clicks off a few.
Maybe move over here. I think this is your better side.
Dick positions himself so that he shows his own good side, of course. The jogger repositions himself, smiling.
You know, you're right. Thanks, Mr. Redford.
Keep the faith. Oh, and be sure to hashtag Dick Redford is back.
Oh, man. So cool.
The jogger is off, eternally happy.
We're going to be all right, Barnaby. Now let's go inside for some quality family time.
Inside the house, the TV is on. Jeopardy sheds its awful blue trivial light upon a dozing Fifi, a cooing Gwen, who's looking after the baby, and an over-anxious Marty, who grips the remote like a loaded gun. Finally, the blue light casts itself over a horrified Dick, staring with contempt at this family time. Barnaby sits at his feet, signing Dick's name to Old Planet Cool 8x10s.
This place is the birthplace of the jazz movement, dancing to early voodoo rhythms.
I'm so glad I have this pause button. The power of technology.
Marty punches the pause button on his remote, checks his phone. Dick stares on, blood chilling.
Got it. New Orleans.
Marty unpauses the TV, and the answer is indeed New Orleans.
New Orleans! I'm killing it.
Good job, honey bunny.
Dick blinks for an eternity at the group.
Is this something we do on special occasions, or...?
No, I'm kicking Jeopardy's ass 5 days a week.
Barnaby, we need to leave this place and start drinking immediately. Our sanity's at stake.
Barnaby grabs Marty's phone. Marty is somewhat confused.
Got Yelp up now. There are 17 bars locally. The closest is a pub. The Bull and Last.
A British pub? Oh, sod it, it'll have to do. Any other takers?
Marty snatches his phone back from Barnaby.
I'll have that back. Not going to give up on my record now.
Oh, no, I wouldn't think of that.
Sorry, Dad. Have a good time.
Richard, what about you, Fee?
I don't think so.
Dick is up and pulling Barnaby along.
Ah, just a quick libation. You're all out of bubbles. Would love to have you along.
No, you go ahead. Oh, but be back by 10. It's when I set the security.
Part of those rules. You bet, Fifi. Will do.
The Bull and Last is a pub that's seen better days. Decorated like the inside of a smoker's lung. Adorned with pictures of the Queen, Elton John, and faded Union Jack flags. Dick and Barnaby enter, both still wearing their robes. Dick groans.
You're fucking kidding me.
It's certainly traditional.
It's like visiting Margaret Thatcher's undead vagina. Well, you've let me down once again, Barnaby.
Behind the bar, Gavin Ross, an overworked and bearded Brit in his 40s, changes out a beer keg and looks at them quizzically.
Nice day at the spa, lads. What can I get you?
I'll have what I usually have.
I've never met you before, friend.
Yes, but I'm famous, so you must know what I like.
I haven't got a clue.
What do celebrities usually order?
Wouldn't know. Haven't had one. Oh, wait. Apparently O.J. Simpson came in here once, in the early 90s, did some blow out of a stripper's hindquarters in the bathroom and left.
Great, I'll have that then. The, celebrity thing.
Dick smiles grandly at Gavin. Gavin stares blandly. Barnaby leans in.
We'll just have the champagne, thanks.
Dick watches as Gavin roots out a dusty bottle of sparkling wine. Dick secretively turns to Barnaby.
I don't think he knows who I am.
Dick rises and mutters sadly to himself in a corner, pouting into a mirror. Barnaby waves over Gavin.
Hey, man, my friend over there is a famous rock star.
Yeah, I know who he is. That's Dick Redford from Planet Cool.
Yes, see, it seemed as if you didn't know who he was.
I don't want to look like a fawning bellend, do I?
No.
I'll tell you what, though, if it wasn't for that man, my brother probably wouldn't be alive today.
Really?
True story. My brother's the gayest man you'll ever meet, but we grew up in Glasgow, where not like in football and a Friday night punch-up will get you stabbed.
Oh dear, that's a tough knock.
Yeah, well, he got sick of pretending to be straight, and when he heard Dick Moves by your friend over there, he was so inspired, he did a performance of it for the school talent show. Moustache, cut-off shorts, the lot. It was his way of coming out in front of the whole school, and all the parents.
Wow, that's fantastic. That one kid can turn hatred and ignorance into a public celebration.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he got the shit kicked out of him that night and every day after until he left school.
Oh.
Really forged his character, though. Now he's the most successful human being I know. Happy as a goddamn lark.
Well, seeing as you are such a fan, maybe you wouldn't mind coming off as a phoning ball end? Just for a minute. Dick could really use with the pickup.
Gavin considers Dick, who mutters and moans to himself into a mirror.
My brother probably would have topped himself without that song. I'd be willing to show my mum's tits if you want.
That's great, man. Thank you.
You know, I have a little stage anytime he wants to play.
Barnaby looks to a crappy little stage nestled in the opposite corner, filled with 80 standees of dusty bud girls. His eyes glaze over.
Flamborough Head.
Gavin places 2 glasses of champagne before Barnaby.
Actually, do you have any way of opening a line of credit?
It is morning at Fifi's house. A cell phone rings. Dick sits bolt upright from where he's been sleeping on the living room sofa, a baby blanket sporting a unicorn laid over him, an empty champagne bottle beside. He blearily presses the phone to his ear.
Dick Redford Industries, this is the president.
On the other end of the line is an older Sven Svensson, somehow still the manager of Dick Redford and Planet Cool. He's now a tall and well-coiffured man who'd make an excellent addition to any dictatorship.
Mr. President, this is your manager. Is your phone working okay? I'm having a little trouble seeing you.
Well, this is a phone call, Sven. It's not how they work.
This is a video call, Dick. Are you maybe holding the phone up against your ear?
Dick puts down his phone to see Sven looking back at him.
Sven! There you are, you bastard! I called you 3 times yesterday.
Sorry, love. I was in Vegas with your old partner in crime, Rod. He's opened up a restaurant there. 80s style burgers meets 80s style hairdressers. It's a one-stop crop shop to eat and groom.
What's an 80s style burger? It doesn't even make sense.
It's proving rather popular with the kids.
Stupid kids. They don't even know a good Gloria Stefan story when they hear one. Where are we on those projects I sent you? I need action.
Right, projects. Refresh me.
The pitch? Find Peter Frampton?
Remind me of that again.
We hide Peter Frampton and his fans must scour the globe looking for him.
He's usually having breakfast at 2 bars on Vintero.
Right, okay. How about that Broadway meeting for Flamborough Head?
Flaming Head?
Dick has risen and is now angrily prodding a collection of bookshelved knickknacks.
Flamborough Head! My musical based on where I'm from, the North Sea whaling town. I've sent you demos.
Oh, the Moby Dick thing.
It's not Moby Dick. It's Flamborough Head.
Dick, it's Moby Dick.
It's not even close.
What the color is the whale in your story?
Well,
What?
off-white, but I assure you it's not Moby Dick. I haven't even read it.
It's just a bad timing one with Sting's musical.
Oh, come on. What's that drivel about? Tantric sex with himself?
The Last Ship. It's a musical about the North Sea shipbuilding town.
Why is it always Sting? Why does he get to do everything? He's like a spoiled little spotlight hog.
He gets to do it because people are willing to pay for it. Look, these things will take years to catch on.
Great. That bastard Sting has now ruined boats for the rest of us. But mine's different. I've got a better boat.
Why don't you just get back out there and play a small show? Do the old stuff. I'd love to see you on stage again.
God, I'm so sick of the old stuff. Although, I could do a showcase for Flamborough Head.
I'm not 100% on the well.
From beneath the coffee table, Barnaby pops up from where he's been sleeping.
Dick,
Good God, where have you been hiding?
you could do it at the Bull and Lass.
Oh, fuck me, I nearly shit myself. What are you doing down there?
The show. You could perform at the pub.
That horrible little insult to the monarchy? No chance.
A pub? Oh, that sounds perfect, Nick. You should do it.
Do it. Do it.
Well...
Do it. Do it. Do it.
do shut up, Barnaby.
Do it. Do it. Do
Barnaby?
it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Barnaby, shut up!
Good. That's a settle then. I'll be there.
And you could bring Broadway agents, maybe some sponsors. Maybe you can try and contact the Walt Disney Music Hall for the follow-up show.
That's not gonna happen.
Dick covers the mouthpiece of his phone.
Useless.
Dick, it's a video call. I just saw your mouth are useless.
Fine, I'll put Barnaby on it. Expect an invitation forthright.
Later in the kitchen, Baby Annie plucks piano keys of a white toy piano that lays nearby. Fifi walks one of her troubled teen patients to the door.
Now, I want you to work on those impulses of yours. Try drawing a picture of your emotions or just counting it out.
Dick enters wearing a skull-bedazzled tracksuit.
You know what helps Bryan Adams? Biting the inside of his cheek. Almost holes there. The man has drawn gallons of blood.
Yes, don't listen to him. See you next week.
Fifi's patient frantically exits.
What's he in for?
Cutting.
Oh, not the best advice then.
No, not at all. Do you want a cup of tea?
Rather a Valium with a nice shot of Pernod.
Off of Fifi's look, Dick changes his tune.
But a cup of tea sounds lovely.
As Fifi rises to make the tea, Dick notices a tour laminate on one of the kitchen cupboards.
Hey, that's a Dick Redford backstage pass.
It's from when I spent that week on tour with you.
I remember. It was so sweet. You refused to take that thing off. Wore it while you slept.
Only because security kept me trapped outside the venue for 6 hours the one time I forgot it.
Oh, no, we had fun.
You had fun, drinking and making out with women who weren't my mother. I was 11. I had emotional problems.
Get the pass, though.
I suppose I did.
Dick looks at his daughter for a moment, an actual human smile on his face.
You seem happy now?
I am.
That's good, love.
Yes, it is. I would like to work on keeping it that way.
I could be a part of that.
Dick, if you're going to stay here for a while, I'm going to need something from you.
I know an excellent homeopathic/psychic pharmacist in Mexico performs miracles with lemon balm, tarot cards, and peyote.
This is when you take me seriously.
I was actually being quite serious. But
I believe in journeys. Everyone is on a journey, and now my journey has crossed paths with your journey.
Oh, please stop saying journey. All I keep picturing is Steve Perry in a hot tub with Garrison Keller and one of the boys from Hanson, the uglier one. Let me tell you, that was a terrible night.
I need a commitment from you. I need you to stick around so we can have some closure.
Closure? What do you mean, closure? I'm your father.
No, not really. My memories of you are from magazines and MTV and answering machine messages on my birthday, or the day after, or week. You might as well have been a sperm donor.
Well, why do you want me to stick around if you want closure?
Because I want you to know what you've been missing. what you will miss.
Fifi nods to Annie. Annie coos as she gnaws a rubber giraffe.
Wow. That is... wow.
Also, Mom's heading back to Thousand Oaks a couple of days early now that you're here, so I need help watching the baby while I run my sessions.
Fifi thrusts baby Annie into Dick's arms. Dick holds Annie awkwardly as Fifi heads towards the door.
Fifi, I know I've been horrible, but you'll see. This time, I'm going to make it all magic.
Fifi considers her father for a moment, then quietly exits. Dick Moves, a Podplay in 4 parts. Part 1 starring Gabriel Hogan, Inga Cadranel, Hugh Ross, Linda Borg, Tim Blake, Joel Elliott, Mark Kuber, Dave Harris, and Ned Douglas. The Podplay was written by David B. Harris and Ned Douglas. Sound editing and original music by Ned Douglas. Lyrics by Ned Douglas and David Harris. Additional music by Moses Luster and the Hollywood Lights. Additional audio mix by writer Wolf Hogan. Additional vocals by Ryan Malloy. Our website is thepodplay.com. Look for our other productions wherever you download or listen to podcasts.